You call it love. You call it loyalty. You tell yourself you're just being a good person. But if you're honest, deep down, something feels off. Because instead of feeling fulfilled, you feel drained. Instead of feeling appreciated, you feel used. And instead of growing, you feel like you're slowly disappearing. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes what we call kindness is actually self-destruction in disguise. There's a reality about human nature that most people avoid. Not everyone wants to grow. Not everyone wants to change, and not everyone wants to be saved. Some people don't want a way out. They want someone to carry them. And if you're not careful, that someone becomes you. You give your time, your energy, your emotional strength. And slowly, you start drowning in problems that were never yours to begin with. So why do we do this? Why do we keep trying to fix people who keep breaking us? Because somewhere along the way, you learned that your value comes from being useful, from being the one who helps, the one who stays, the one who doesn't give up on people. Saying no feels wrong. Walking away feels like betrayal. But here's the shift you need to understand. Your energy is limited. Your time is limited. Your mental peace is limited. And when you pour all of that into the wrong people, you're not being kind. You're slowly destroying your own life. Think of your life like a ship. It has limited space, limited resources. If you try to carry everyone, the unstable, the negative, the careless, the ship doesn't become kind. It sinks. And when it sinks, it takes you down with it. So the real question is, who should you stop trying to save? Let's talk about 6 types of people who will drain you no matter how much you give. Type 1, the constant chaos creator. You know this person. There's always something wrong. Every week, a new crisis, a new problem, a new story. At first, you feel bad for them. You step in, you help, you support. But nothing changes. Because the truth is, some people don't just experience chaos, they create it. Not intentionally always, but through poor decisions, lack of awareness, and refusal to take responsibility. And when you stay too close to them, their chaos becomes your reality. Type 2, the one who always takes. This one hurts the most. Because in the beginning, they're grateful. They thank you. They appreciate you. But slowly, something changes. Gratitude turns into expectation. Expectation turns into entitlement. And one day, your help is no longer enough. If you stop, even for a moment, they make you feel guilty. Here's the truth. Some people don't want support. They want a permanent source. And no matter how much you give, it will never be enough. Type 3, the quietly jealous. These are the hardest to spot. They smile. They support you on the surface. But when you grow, something shifts. They start planting doubts, subtle comments. Are you sure that's a good idea? I just don't want you to get hurt. It sounds like care, but it feels heavy. Because deep down, they're uncomfortable with your growth. Not because you're wrong, but because your progress reminds them of what they're not doing. Take a second. You probably have faces in your mind right now. And maybe a part of you is saying, but they need me. No, they've just gotten used to you. Type 4, the perpetual victim. There's a difference between someone going through a tough time and someone who builds their identity around it. The first wants to heal. The second wants to be understood forever. Every solution you offer has a reason it won't work. Every step forward feels like too much. And without realizing it, you become responsible for their emotional state. But here's the reality. You can't heal someone who isn't willing to take responsibility for their own life. Type 5, the one who never listens. You try to guide them. You explain. You warn. You show them a better way. But they don't hear you. Not because they can't, but because they don't want to. They're attached to their own version of reality. And no matter how much you care, you can't help someone who refuses to see. Type 6, the one who repeats the same damage. This is the hardest one to let go of. Because you've already forgiven them many times. They hurt you. They apologize. They promise to change. And for a while, it feels real. But then it happens again. Same pattern, different day. At some point, you have to stop believing words and start observing patterns. Because real change shows up in behavior, not promises. This isn't about becoming cold. This isn't about losing your kindness. It's about protecting it. Because if you give your energy to everyone, you'll have nothing left for the people who truly value it. And more importantly, you'll have nothing left for yourself. You're not responsible for saving everyone. You're responsible for building a life that doesn't require you to constantly rescue others. The right people won't need you to drown to prove you care. If this made you reflect, hit like. If you're done losing yourself trying to fix others, subscribe. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not hold on, but let go.